Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a few weeks since my last video because life got very busy, and so I thought it would be good for my first video back just to give you a flip through of my planner really and talk about how this planner has helped me keep focused when life has been pretty busy. Now, I know the title might seem a bit odd because the whole point of planning is to keep you organised. However, having been in this community for a few years, I've definitely fallen into the trap of all the beautiful planners, all the beautiful setups, so many different things going on, and then life gets busy and suddenly everything falls apart because you don't have just one planner that you can fall back on, rely on, that is really simple, really easy to keep up with and will keep you organised. The Hobonichi Weeks is that for me. If you watch Lindsay's Scribbles, you will have seen her refer to the weeks as her emotional support planner, and it is definitely the same for me. It is just so easy to use. It won't be the same for everyone. I've definitely used bullet journaling in the past as that because it's, you know, again, an easy setup, but I don't like drawing out the months and things like that, so the weeks works perfectly for me for this. And it's always nice just to have something in my planner lineup that I can float to and from through the year and just pick up and put down as and when needed. This has been everything this year, from kind of I think I started it as a fitness, kind of health and fitness planner, then it was my EDC, now it's just kind of my daily driver at home, and it always just works and adapts. And while you're thinking about 2025 planners, I would absolutely recommend just ensuring that you have something like this in your lineup that doesn't take a lot of effort, that is kind of a 5-minute setup, so that if you do get mega busy, you can always rely on it. That would kind of be my big takeout from this video, is just ensure that you don't have 10 planners, all of which require some form of decoration or big setup in order for you to feel good using it. And you might be different, and you might, you know, be fine just having a planner. You know, perfect example for me is the Hobonichi Cousin. I love that planner, but if I don't have the time to set it up, I don't feel as productive in it because I don't like all the white space and all the blankness. I like having something like a Hobonichi Weeks that is small and simple, and I don't feel like I need to fill it with loads of stickers and things. You might be different. You might be absolutely fine with having a cousin and only having, you know, a quarter of the page filled up, but just a flag in case you're like me, have something like this to hand. Okay, enough rambling. I will talk you through how I've been using the planner. Now, the monthlies aren't really any different. I've not been doing much different from what I did before, really. So this was the month that I went to Japan, and so kind of the big reason for the busyness for me was a combination of having 3 weeks out of work and Lethbridge Paper meant that I came back to a lot of work in my full-time job, and we went back into a big time of year, so I was traveling quite a lot, so I was probably only in the office maybe 2-3 days a week. So now I was having to kind of do a full-time job in 2 to 3 days a week, which is impossible. Because it was new planner time as well, the shop was very busy, so I did have extended turnaround times on for quite a long time, probably the longest ever. And then in early October, we got a puppy, Niles. He is incredible. I've definitely posted pictures of him on Instagram, so if you're intrigued to see him, go have a look there. But all of that happened at the same time, and so I just needed to really kind of go back to basics in terms of what I was doing, what was going on, and that was kind of where I fell back into just using this and just really scaling back what I was attempting to do. And that would kind of be another tip, really, I guess, from me on this, is when life gets busy, give yourself a bit of grace and give yourself the opportunity to really scale back what you're doing and think about what's important. So a perfect example is Instagram. Instagram fell by the wayside for me, and I enjoy Instagram, but actually as a channel, it doesn't really work for me. I don't know if it's algorithm issues or the content isn't good that I'm posting or what, but I'm not really getting much from it. And so I kind of had a word with myself and thought, well, I'm really busy, I'm not really getting much out of it when I'm posting. Let's just get rid, because it's an added task that I don't really have time for, and just it allowed me to then focus on things that were more important. And although YouTube is massively important for me, I had a lot of orders from people that had already given me their money, and so they needed to be the priority rather than filming videos for the channel. And yeah, I just had to really kind of cut down and focus on what did I absolutely need to do. And so that that you can probably see. You'll probably see it more in the weekly spreads, but there's definitely kind of a reduction in some of the tasks that I gave myself across the month. Equally, September I didn't bother with a habit tracker, and in October, although I kind of set it up, again, I gave myself grace to not tick all of those boxes, because actually, you know, as much as I love to do exercise, there wasn't a huge amount of time to do it, and it, you know, it wasn't vastly important, and you know, I was so busy that it wasn't exactly like I was eating loads anyway and therefore needed a load of exercise. So yeah, it looks probably a little sparser than previous months, and that was just down to actually the focus being on what actually needed to happen that was important for work, for Lethbridge Paper, for the puppy, for life, and that's all that went in here. And it's the same in the weekly spreads. So first week back, I literally just went back fully to basics with my Hobonichi pen, bit of simple colour coding. And that's the reason I love this planner. You know, you can set it up however you want, and most ways of setting it up, it's literally a 5-minute job max. The one thing that you'll notice is that certainly the decoration was a bit higher before Japan, and then afterwards, very simple, back to basics. Few lines here and there, odd stickers, but beyond that, I kept things very simple, and it worked. I'd say probably quite a few less tasks, because again, I was keeping it to what was important. If I'm doing a 50-hour week at work, I don't have time to do a load of stuff in the evening, and therefore some days there was literally no task written, because beyond put the bin out, there was nothing else I had time for. And it's worked really well. It's, yeah, I've not got everything done, so you can see kind of a bit more decoration coming back in now that things are getting a bit more back to normal. But it's, yeah, it's worked. It's allowed me to not worry about setting a load of things up, getting a load of things done that I didn't necessarily need to, and just allowed me to write down what's important and tick through it and not have a load of outstanding to-dos. And it's been as simple as that, but I thought as a first video back, it would probably be good to talk through, particularly, like I say, as we're talking 2025 planners in the community. I've definitely been there. I've definitely set up all these gorgeous planners, had all these, you know, beautiful setups, and then I might have hit a rocky part at work or something like that that has just meant that everything has sat on a shelf, and I felt really bad about it. But knowing that I have just one planner that I can revert to if needed, that has everything I need. It's got the notes pages if I want to make lists. I still have my budget planning in here, so that's the same. And it keeps me on track. It's nothing, you know, overly complicated. It's nothing, you know, life-changing, but just to have this sat on my desk, a 5-minute setup on a Sunday evening, I just know that I'm not missing any appointments. I'm getting all the tasks done that are needing to get done, and it helps me weather any busy times. That has been my week's very quick video. I just wanted to kind of really just drop in and say, hey, regular service will be resumed now that I am fully up to date with life and work, and the turnaround times in the shop are pretty much back to normal now, although I've had a little spike due to Black Friday. Thank you guys. But yeah, please let me know what your kind of emotional support planner, to use Lindsay Scribbles' term, is. Is it the weeks? Is it bullet journaling? Do you not have one? I know you're now thinking, actually, what are my plans for next year? Or is it just that you're one of those really lucky people where your planner setup is so simple anyway that when life gets busy, you just motor on as you were regardless? I'm a bit jealous. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.